I'm going to question whether Timothy Sykes is real. Answer this, Tim. What do you think about me OPTT trade?
It's not just about the money that you can make from trading, it's the freedom. Steven is actually trading from the beach and he made 64 bucks. Good job, man.
He sounds pretty real. He sounds pretty real. I got my head on. Feel like I'm a bit skinnier. What's up, guys? What's up? It is week 3 in October. And the Nasdaq has been down consecutively for pretty much the last 2 months. Pretty tough market to play in. I think we can all acknowledge that, especially for buying. However, I am having my best month ever in a down market. I mean, in the mania of July and August, I had one profitable month, but this is the closest I've ever been to a profitable month. And that is doing some absolutely retarded stuff. Like, I've done the dumbest shit. Like, I have, bought more shares when I've tried to sell twice in a row. Like, it is retarded. I have, bought into mass panic by complete accident by just putting a stop limit. And this is all this week. And I've done some real dumb stuff this week. And I'm still having the best month ever. And I'm still down only, 190 bucks. The real number will come up here. And if I have a good next week, I could be profitable. And I've done crazy shit in one of the worst months this year in the Nasdaq. So there's hope for everyone if there's hope for me. I'll learn with Tim Sykes. You can learn with Tim Sykes too. Hit the referral link in the YouTube description. I'm on Profitly and I'm very fucking transparent documenting every trade since the beginning of time on YouTube. Check me out on profit.ly on JONK87, I'll put it there. Snapchat Junk1987, StephenJohnsonStocks.com. Not going to waste any more of your time. You can learn by my mistakes, but also learn by what I did well, because I did a lot of good stuff that in a more bullish market would definitely come off, because everyone, for example, the last trade CRNT, also pronounced current, that trade would, I think, come off in a bull market, and it just gapped down and washed out because the Nasdaq fucking gapped down the same day. But just enjoy, guys. Sorry, I'm just rambling because I'm pumped. Enjoy. SORL has this kind of too good to be true chart, and often what happens with charts that are too good to be true is they just collapse. But let's take a look. 6 months, it does nothing, and then I'm not sure at all of the news, but it gaps up, loses its size, but then it goes on this crazy run from September to October. If we look at that in more detail, I mean, these are big jumps. This is pretty volatile. These are 50 cents, again, 50 cents moves. And it's trading with a lot of volume, like 2.9 million shares trading on some of the bigger days. And it's kind of a pattern that people are following, like spike, consolidate, spike, consolidate, spike, spike, consolidate, lost its size because it got above itself, yeah. And then it did nothing for about a little while, and then it's making these small kind of moves. And it's and obviously everyone's like, the market's a bit slow, it's a bit bearish at the moment, there's not a lot of plays going on, so everyone's like, well, it was like a top percent gain on the 14th. So everyone's like, I lost some of it. Every time I see a stock which loses its highs rapidly like this, it always continues into the next day, from my experience. But Tim Sykes had tipped it over the weekend. A guy called Trade the Trend was tipping it as his top stock, and I was like, do you know what it is? It's only, if you look at the fundamentals, its float is 8 million. It's a 90 million company. If enough people are talking about it and the market's bearish, there's a chance it could spike. So I took that chance, and it did. It went from the 70s to the 85s. I was always going to be out for about in the 90s and the 5s. The only reason I lost money on this is because when I bought the shares, and then when I went to sell the shares, I accidentally bought more shares. So I actually lost out on commission by fucking pressing buy instead of sell. Otherwise, it was a profitable trade. But ultimately, it was a bit of a dead spiker anyway, and it wasn't going anywhere, and it crashed out. And yeah, and I think, honestly, I don't know what the other guys think, but I think the warning signs were here. this was a really nice trade. I was really pleased with how I traded this. Looking at the 6 month chart, we can see it's a former runner. Ran here, ran 1, 2, 3, 4 times here. It's had some other kind of big spikes. And then it went on this kind of horrible, horrible downtrend, which kind of scared a lot of people. And then you can see it's even worse, just dropping and dropping and dropping. And then all of a sudden, it had this kind of this green day here, where it kind of ran a little bit. But when I say a little bit, I mean I'm talking from the threes to the 350s, which is quite significant. And then it kind of held its highs. So I mean, I think because it's a former runner, because it was the biggest percent gainer of yesterday, it's obviously going to be on a lot of people's radar. The interesting thing for me was I felt like it's likely that it was going to wash out because it washed out yesterday and it was up a lot on the day. And then we can see that it did wash out. And I got in like kind of right here in the 335s, pretty much on this second green candle that I got bought in. And I watched it come up to about the 375 area. I actually messed up because I actually bought more shares when I was meant to sell, but then I sold them all. And yeah, I was pretty much out in around the 370s. And it's just an awesome trade that I'm really proud of. And then obviously everyone else is just who's chased it. I mean, it's cool. I thought I could get to the fours maybe, but no further than that. I mean, if you look, this is quite a big gain in comparison to the previous day. I was practicing Irish the other day. What was it? On top of the morning new. I'll tell you what, son. I'll tell you new. I'll tell you now. I'll tell you new. Fuck, I can't even do it. RTTR, there was no purpose of that. This is a 1 year chart of RTTR. You can see that this is its kind of literally a multi-year breakout on 260. And if we just bring it in, yeah, I actually it was one of the percent gainers on the 19th. Yeah, on this day, and it was obviously heading from this. It encountered the multi-year breakout yesterday. I kind of wanted to buy it in the it was in the 280s, and this is the kind of the big mistake that I made. I was like, do you know what it is? It's been running. Well, not logged in your trading account. So, it was obviously the day before it broke out at 260, and I thought, you know what it is? Like, actually, sorry, let's look at 10 days. It's kind of like I had 2 consecutive days in a row. I was like, maybe it can continue running since this is a multi-year breakout. But I knew it was up a lot already. So I was like, I'm going to be very cautious with this. I was like, cause say it closed at around the 265, I was like, I'll put a buy stop order at 280. So if it runs, like it can run here and it can kind of run here. If it runs, I'll be swept up with the momentum and I'll put a stop loss in straight away. Problem was it opened up higher than I thought and I got bought in 280, and then it dropped faster than I could kind of capture it, and I just had to kind of sell into this bounce and take a small loss, and a bigger loss than normal because it was a stupid error. But the thing is, like, don't set fucking stop losses. Just wait and see what happens at the market open, and that's the lesson that I learned. And been doing some stupid stuff like buying shares when I was meant to sell them because I'm using a stupid mobile app. But I like the mobile app, but like stupid errors that are costing money, and like I would have been profitable this month if I didn't make this kind of stupid error, and I'll never buy at the open again. It's just an error. CRNT, or current, if you want to pronounce it by its acronym, current. Yeah. This was a funny one, because it was a percent gainer when you look at the green chart. It can put in days together. Like this time when it had a green day, it kind of had another green day. It's kind of this time it had a green day. It had a green day. I'll just mark these, sorry, so you can see. Green day, green day, green day, green. This is smaller, like, but this was a big green day and a green day. This was a big green day and a gap up, and this was just recently. This was a big green day and it looks like a little gap up. So let's maybe go more 2 months. It's it's kind of on multi. It's a nice long term chart, but yeah, you can see it better here. Like this is a very cool gap up. Back to back green days. This time it kind of just it held, but then this time again it spiked on the second day, so it's kind of done it. Maybe this we kind of can't count, but like it's done it twice, and then this time it didn't gap up, but like you could have just sold it at the open, um, and I thought this was another big spike with nice volume, and I was like maybe it can gap up again, and maybe it can spike a little bit even if it goes red on the day. So I bought this pretty much in the 255s. Um, it was like 3 o'clock. I bought it. I waited for it to come back down, which was a nice move here. And then obviously other people were maybe thinking the same in the long term chart. Alt was just lucky and it broke towards the close, but I was in this when it broke from the 255s right through the 265. And then it actually went up to the kind of went up to 268, and it touched 270 a few times, and but there was no pre-market. The stock was like dead. I mean, I can show you. Maybe I can't. I'll need to load more, but there was like a couple of sells pre-market, and not a lot. I mean, the stock hasn't even traded. It traded 400,000 shares today compared to previous day was 1.7 million. So it's traded like fucking a quarter of what it previously traded. Um, I don't, God knows where these lines come from. But yeah, it's just like washed out, kind of bounced off its high, um, and then it's done nothing really. But I was like, if this doesn't spike at the open, I'm out immediately. It didn't spike at the open, and I got out for around 265, for a small profit. And I mean, it's fine. Like this was like a nice trade. I mean, I kind of maybe like in hindsight, I could have got out a tiny bit earlier and had it made an extra 4 or 5 cents a share. But I wanted to see if it would spike again. But maybe next time with no pre-market action, I'm just gonna fucking get out because like I'm starting to anticipate ahead of other people, and I want to be ahead of the crowd and get out before it doesn't spike. But I was like, didn't have a lot of volume yesterday pre-market either, so let's just say at the open, and then at the open, it just you could see immediately on level two, there's way more sellers than buyers, and the price collapsed. Yeah, this is GST 6 month chart. This was my final trade of the week, and I would not recommend trading stocks that do this. Fell from the twos to the ones. Like something terrible happened here, and it'll never recover because every time it spikes again, you're gonna have like kind of these baggage holders who are in at the twos who want some of the account back that they lost half of it before they jump off a bridge. And I didn't take any notice of it. I just took two paracetamols and became an absolute maniac, a trading maniac. And I don't want you to become a maniac, so I'm just telling you what went wrong. And it's not like anything terrible. Like I cut losses at like very short at like $30. Um, and honestly, like I say, it was close to a profitable month. This month stats are very good, as you saw just before, providing I did my job properly. Um, and yeah, I mean, this was up quite high, like 20% on the day before. Let's just have a look at the month chart. It's up in general, but yeah, it kind of came up. Looks like it's kind of in that, like it kind of held its highs in the 135 area. And I was like, do you know what it is? I can see this washing out a little bit. There'll be a bit of profit taken here, and there was a bit of profit taken. It kind of gapped down, And I was like, do you know what it is? I'm gonna buy the red to green because it was up a lot. There was a bit of profit taken. Might run red to green. And two reasons why I shouldn't have done this. One, because the suicidal traders trying to get money back who lost money in May. And the second reason is like it's only traded it's traded 2.6 million shares, but traded about a million in the open, and it just like I don't know, like 2.6 million is not a lot, but like the float's like 70 million or something as well, is it not? And it's the float's like 70 million as well, and like I don't know, like I just felt like it's unpredictable and it's a bit choppy, and I was just like, ugh, like ugh. But I was out within a few cents. Just it was cool because I was buying the red to green. It washed out and it was like 1% down, and I was going for the red to green. And I think that's a good play, especially when it was up the next day and profit taking makes it go red, and you can buy the red to green, and the momentum in the red to green will carry through. But it didn't go red to green, so I just got out. And you know what it is? Like I shouldn't have been in anyway because of this. Uh, yeah.
Hello again. Yeah. What did you think of the trades? Comment below. I've been a degenerate losing gambler for some time now, but I was profitable on poker back in the day. I believe that I will be profitable at this. All the stats are kind of aligning, and unless the Nasdaq gets even fucking worse. I'm down about 6%, I think. I'm about 6% on my account. Nasdaq's down about 3% this month, so I'm a little bit worse than the Nasdaq, but I'm excited for next month. I really am, and I'm hoping to go profitable in an otherwise declining market. Or if the market goes up, I'd like to be profitable in a green market. I'll be topping my account up to 4K, because I literally. Oh, and guys, special treat for you guys. Like I've literally just remembered this. Like you've got to be dedicated to learn, and like this is the kind of text messages I get off my friends because I stay in the weekends learning. Like these are not cool messages. Like your loss, mother something. It's just not nice. It's not nice. But you've got to make sacrifices to win, and I want to win. So I'll leave you with that. If you watch the whole video, say Miami Beach, baby. But otherwise, I'll just be a Scottish man in Miami and say, I'll see you later, later, later.